Good morning, everyone. Today is March 12th, 2026. We have our pre-bid conference for 24 civil works projects. Before we start, let us hear a prayer to be conducted by Idio and the students.
Lord, we ask for your guidance and wisdom as we discuss the plans and requirements needs. May these functions be without me. Because this better you.
Thank you, Mr. Jen. Now, let us have a role is represented by Mrs. Thelma Esquivel.
Good morning, everyone. Today we're holding our pre-bid conference for 23 civil works projects for FY 2026. Today we're holding our pre-bid conference for 23 projects for FY 2026 and one project rebid for FY 2025. I would like to present the participants for today's activity. Mr. Dan Mosquera, Back Vice Chairperson. Engineer Robert Samiliano, Regular Member. Engineer Noljonic Anas, Provisional Member. Engineer Jose Escoque Jr., Provisional Member. End User for Construction Project. Engineer Froilan Josue, Member DPWH. Engineer Jomar Onsod, Member DPWH. Engineer Francis DEO Calawod, Member DPWH. Engineer Alan Joy Rumbines, Member DPWH. Engineer John Mark Manalo, Member DPWH. Engineer Harold Legada, Member DPWH. Yours truly, Engineer Thelma Escanillas as Head Bank Secretariat. Engineer and Angel Espinas, Member Bank Secretariat. Architect Golden May Arnaiz, Member Bank Secretariat. Mrs. Sunshine San Miguel, Member Bank Secretariat. Mrs. Cecil Buenzon, Member Bank Secretariat. Mrs. Rodita Aban, Member Bank Secretariat. Mrs. Mary Christy Gropani, Member Bank Secretariat. So there is a quorum. We would like to acknowledge the presence of the various bidders for today's activity. Cuatro Amigos Builders and Supply, represented by the project engineer, Engineer Robertson. Idio Construction, represented by Engineer Remy Magabilin. Stonebuilt Construction Services, represented by the liaison officer, Razel Silguera. Lucky H&K Construction, represented by the liaison officer, Maribel Malyo. RKP Construction Incorporated, represented by the liaison officer, Brgy Buscato. Welcome, moms and sirs. Please be informed that we are live streaming via our YouTube account. I will now turn over the microphone to our Back Vice Chairperson, Mr. Dan Mosquera, to proceed for the pre-bid conference proper.
Thank you, Ma'am Tel. Now let us proceed for the pre-bid conference of our 24 civil works projects. For the first project with contract ID number 24GB 0026. 26GB 0026. Construction of other building, construction of one unit, one story, 2CL in Bongbongan ES with school ID number 115082, Barangay Bongbongan 3rd, Municipality of Hamtic, Province of Anini-Y. With 10.661640 and 122.04130. With project location, Hamtic Antique, scope of works, construction of one unit, one story, 2CL, with approved budget for the contract of 5,880,000 pesos only. With contract duration of 174 calendar days, including predetermined unworkable days. Source of fund, FY 2026 AIP based on GAA. Cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos. And pickup license, size wage, small B. For the next project, 26GB 0027, construction of other building, construction of one unit, one story, 2CL in Hamtic Central School, with school ID number 115069, Barangay Poblocion 1, Municipality of Hamtic, Province of Anini-Y. 10.701230 121.978730 with project location Hamtic Antique. Scope of works, construction of one unit, one story, 2CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos only. Contract duration, 174 calendar days, including predetermined unworkable days. Source of fund, FY 2026 AIP based on GAA. Cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos only. Pickup license, size range, small B. Next project, with contract ID number 26GB 0028, construction of other building, construction of one unit, one story, 2CL in Idio ES, school ID 115282, Barangay Idio, Municipality of Sebaste, Province of Anini-Y. 11.625 210.098720. The project location, Sebaste Antique. Scope of works, construction of one unit, one story, 2CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos only. The contract duration, 174 calendar days, including predetermined unworkable days. Source of fund, FY 2026 AIP based on GAA. Cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos only. The pickup license, size range, small B. For the next project, with contract ID number 26GB 0029, construction of other building, construction of one unit, one story, 2CL in Lisub Elementary School, school ID number 114945, Lisub A, Anini-Y, Antique. 10.443930 121.92 121.920010. The project location, Anini-Y, Antique. Scope of works, construction of one unit, one story, 2CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos only. Contract duration, 174 calendar days, including predetermined unworkable days. Source of fund, FY 2026 AAP based on GAA. Cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos only. Pickup license, size range, small B. For the next project, 26GB 0030, construction of other building, construction of one unit, one story, 2CL in Magdalena Elementary School. School ID 114946, Magdalena, Anini-Y, Antique. 10.424640 121.976880. Project location, Anini-Y, Antique. Scope of works, construction of one unit, one story, 2CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos. Contract duration, 174 calendar days, including predetermined unworkable days. Source of fund, FY 2026 AIP based on the cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos only. Pickup license, size range, small B. For the next project, 26GB 0031, construction of other building, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2CL in Pubay Elementary School, school ID number 114987, Pubay North, Poblocion, Antique. 11.071530, 122.61640. Project location, Poblocion, Antique. Scope of works, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos. Contract duration, 174 calendar days, including predetermined unworkable days. Source of fund, FY 2026 AIP based on the cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos only. Pickup license, size range, small B. For the next project, with contract ID number 26GB 0032, construction of other building, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2CL in Nenya, Boston, Maghari Memorial Elementary School. School ID 114989. Igbalangao, Bugasan, Antique. 11.009600, 122.064550. With project location, Bugasan, Antique. Scope of work, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos. Contract duration, 174 calendar days, including predetermined unworkable days. Source of fund, FY 2026 AIP based on the cost of bidding documents is 10,000 pesos only. Pickup license, size range, small B. For the next project, with contract ID number 26GB 0033, construction of other building, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2CL in Iraya Elementary School, school ID 115073, Poblocion 5, Hamtic, Antique. 10.70424, 121.98901. Project location, Hamtic, Antique. Scope of works, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos only. Contract duration is 174 calendar days, including predetermined unworkable days. Source of fund, FY 2026 AIP based on the cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos only. Pickup license, size range, small B. For the next project, with contract ID number 26GB 0034, construction of other building, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2CL in Casitan Elementary School, school ID 115103, Casitan, Lawaan, Antique. 11.11884, 122.06224. Location, project location, Lawaan, Antique. Scope of works, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos only. Contract duration, 174 calendar days, including predetermined unworkable days. Source of fund, FY 2026 AIP based on the cost of the documents, 10,000 pesos only. Pickup license, size range, small B. For the next project, with contract ID number 26GB 0035, construction of other building, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2CL in Liberato Primary School. School ID 115112, Liberato, Lawaan, Antique. 11.10911, 122.06884. Project location, Lawaan, Antique. Scope of works, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos only. Contract duration, 174 calendar days, including predetermined unworkable days. Source of fund, FY 2026 AIP based on the Cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos only, and pickup license size range small B. For the next project, with contract ID number 26GB0036, construction of other building, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL, Idio, the Duke, the Dow. That is school ID 115113, Kalaho, Lawaan ng Ticket. 11.10694, 122.04339. The project located in Lawaan ng Ticket. Scope of works, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos only. Contract duration, 174 calendar days, including predetermined and workable days. Source of funds, FY 2026 AIP based on graph. Cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos only. Pickup license size range, small B. For the next project, with contract ID number 26GB0037, construction of other building, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL in Marda Elementary School. School ID 115116, Maria Lawaan ng Ticket. 11.09794, 122.08829. Project location, Lawaan ng Ticket. Scope of works, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos. Contract duration, 174 calendar days, including predetermined and workable days. Source of funds, FY 2026 AIP based on the cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos. Pickup license, size range, small B. For the next project, with contract ID number 26GB0038, construction of other building, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL. In Pas Elementary School. School ID 115133, Pas Elementary School. 11.75769, 121.95377. Project location, Libertad and Ticket. Scope of works, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos only. Contract duration, 174 calendar days, including predetermined and workable days. Source of funds, FY 2026 AAP based on GAA. Cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos only. Pickup license, size range, small B. For the next project, with contract ID number 26GB0039, construction of other building, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL in Woodford Elementary School. School ID 115062, Woodford and Ticket. 11.69387, 122.10161. Project location, Tagnan ng Ticket. Scope of works, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos only. Contract duration, 174 calendar days, including predetermined and workable days. Source of funds, FY 2026 AIP based on GAA. Cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos only. Pickup license, size range, small B. For the next project, with contract ID number 26GB0040, construction of other building, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL in Wang Primary School. School ID 11514, Tanglan and Ticket. 11.75598, 122.10073. Project location, Tanglan and Ticket. Scope of works, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos only. Contract duration, 174 calendar days, including predetermined and workable days. Source of funds, FY 2026 AFP based on the cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos only. Pickup license, size range, small B. For the next project, the contract ID number 26GB0041, construction of other building, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL in Fragante Elementary School. School ID 151, Bragante Tanda ng Ticket. 11.74, Lihan 6, 122.1003. Project location, Tanda ng Ticket. Scope of works, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,818,000 pesos only. Contract duration, 174 calendar days, including predetermined and workable days. Source of funds, FY 2026 ALP based on the cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos only. Pickup license, size range, small B. For the next project, with contract ID number 26GB0042, construction of other building, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL in Abdulhaman Elementary School, school ID 115175, Abdulhaman Patnongan Ticket. 10.89567, 121.98111. Project location, Patnongan Ticket. Scope of works, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos only. Contract duration, 174 calendar days, including predetermined and workable days. Source of funds, FY 2026 AIP based on the cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos only. Pickup license, size range, small B. For the next project, we contract ID number 26GP0043, construction of other building, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL, at India Presco Elementary School, school ID 115189, India Presco, Patnongan ng Ticket. 10.901536, 122.016693. Project location, Patnongan ng Ticket. Scope of works, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos. Duration, 174 calendar days, including predetermined and workable days. Source of funds, FY 2026 AIP based on the cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos only. Pickup license, size range, small B. For the next project, with contract ID number 26GB0044. Construction of other building, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL in Macarena Elementary School. School ID 115200, Macarena, Patnongan ng Ticket. 10.93178, 122.02736. Project location, Patnongan ng Ticket. Scope of works, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos only. Contract duration, 174 calendar days, including predetermined and workable days. Source of fund, FY 2026 ALP based on the cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos only. Pickup license, size range, small B. For the next project, with contract ID number 26GP0045, construction of other building, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL, in Tigbalugo Elementary School, school ID 115208, Tigbalugo, Patnongan ng Ticket. 10.96436, 122.0606. Location, Patnongan ng Ticket. Scope of works, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos only. Contract duration, 174 calendar days, including predetermined and workable days. Source of funds, FY 2026 AIP based on the cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos only. Pickup license, size range, small B. For the next project, we will contract ID number 26PV0046, construction of other building, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL in Lagdo, ES, school ID number 115302, Barangay Lagdo, Municipality of Sibalon, Province of Anini-Y. 10.84830, 122.01650. Project location, Sibalon, Anini-Y. Scope of works, construction of 1 unit, 1 story, 2 CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos only. Contract duration, 174 calendar days, including predetermined and workable days. Source of funds, FY 2026 AIP based on the cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos only. Pickup license size range small b. For the next project, we contract ID number 26GB0047. Construction of other building, construction of one unit, one story, 2CL in Tabo ES, school ID 11533, Barangay Tabo, Municipality of Sebaste, Province of Anini-Y. 10.712820, 122.055880. Project location, Sebaste, Anini-Y. Scope of works, construction of one unit, one story, 2CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos only. Contract duration is 174 calendar days, including predetermined and workable days. Source of funds, FY 2026 AAT based on GAA. Cost of the documents is 10,000 pesos only. Pickup license, size range, small b. For the next project, we contract ID number 56GB0048. Construction of other building, construction of one unit, one story, 2CL in Bongbongan 1, PS, school ID 1152289, Barangay Bongbongan 1, Municipality of Sebaste, Province of Anini-Y. 10.8429675, 122.0299407. Project location, Sebaste, Anini-Y. Scope of works, construction of one unit, one story, 2CL. Approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000 pesos only. Contract duration, 174 calendar days, including predetermined and workable days. Source of funds, FY 2026 ALP based on GAA. Cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos only. Pickup license, size range, small b. For the last project, with contract ID number 25GB0148, repeat, repair rehabilitation of classrooms, Antique Integrated School, San Jose Antique. Project location, San Jose Antique. Scope works, repair rehabilitation of classrooms. Approved budget for the contract is 8,565,885 pesos and 2 cents. Contract duration, 128 calendar days, including predetermined and workable days. Source of funds, SR 2025-09-021621, dated September 20, 2025. GAA 2025, current appropriation. Cost of bidding documents is 10,000 pesos only. Pickup license, size range, small b. For the documents, pricing the deed, very requesting the people.
Okay, for the documents comprising the bid, first envelope, technical component envelope. Letter A, Philippine Certificate of Registration, Platinum Membership in accordance with Section 20 RA 12009. Letter B, Pickup License and Registration in case of joint venture. Letter C, Statement of all ongoing government and private contracts. Letter D, Statement of SLCC. Letter E, NFCC computation. Letter F, JVA if applicable. Letter G, bid security in the prescribed form, amount and validity period. Number 1, organizational chart for the procurement project to be bid. Number 2, list of contractors personnel. Project manager, project engineers, materials engineers, and foreman to be assigned to the procurement project to be bid with the complete qualifications and experience data. List of contractors' major equipment units, which are owned, leased, or under purchase agreements, supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project, as the case may be. Number 4, latest general information sheets reflecting the beneficial ownership information duly received by the Securities and Exchange Commission for Corporations. Letter I, omnibus firm statement in accordance with Section 54.3 of RA 12009. Competitive bidding eligibility requirements. Failure of bidder to update Philippine Certificate of Registration, Platinum membership with current and updated supporting documents shall result in an automatic suspension of the bidder certificate. For contract ID numbers 26GB 0026 to 26GB 0048, major categories of work, BICWO PLC, buildings, construction without pipes, low-rise, concrete frames, 1 to 5 stories. Similar categories of work, BICW PHCCP, BICW PHCCP 16, BICW PLCCP, BICW PHCDP, BICW PHCDP 16, BICW PLCDP, BICW PHC, BIOW PHC 16, BICW PMCDP, BIOW PMCCP, BICW PMC. For contract ID number 25GB 0148, repeat. Major categories of work, BIR, buildings, repair. Similar categories of work, BIRTH 16, BIRTM, BIRTL, BICW PLCDP, BICW PHCDP, BICW PHCDP 16, BICW PLCCP, BICW PHCCP, BICW PHCCP 16, BICW PLSDP, BICW PHSDP, BICW PHSDP 16, BICW PLSCP, BICW PHLSCP, BICW PHSCP 16, BICW OPLS, BICW OPHS, BICW OPHS 16, BICW OPLC, BICW OPHC, BICW PHC 16, BICW PMCDP, BICW PMCCP, BICW OPLC, BICW PMSDP, BICW PMSCP, BICW OPMS, BIC, BIRL, and BIRS. Minimum work experience requirement for key personnel. Project manager with a 1 year minimum years similar experience, same position, and 1 year for minimum years of total work experience, same position. Accredited project engineer, 1 year minimum years of experience, similar experience, same position. 1 year minimum years of total work experience, same position. Materials engineer, 1 year minimum years of similar experience, same position. 1 year minimum years of total work experience, same position. Foreman, 5 years minimum years of similar experience, same position. 5 years minimum years of total work experience, same position. Only accredited project engineers may be assigned to DPWH projects subject to the following limits of assignment as per DEO 169, series of 2025. Classification, limits of assignment. For PE2, 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments, but with an aggregate cost of 1.5 billion pesos. Project Engineer 2, AWA, 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments, each costing not more than 150 million, but with an aggregate cost of 1 billion pesos. Provisional Project Engineer, 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments, each costing not more than 100 million pesos, but with an aggregate cost of 500 million pesos. Minimum major equipment requirements for contract IDs, ID numbers 1260B026 as 0026 to 26GB 0048. Equipment, cargo, service truck with capacity of 2 to 5 metric tons, 160 horsepower, and one number of units is 1 ohm for this. One bagger mixer with capacity of 4 to 6 cubic feet per minute, 1 ohm. Second envelope, financial component envelope. Letter A, original of duly signed accomplished financial bid form. Original of duly signed bid prices in the bill of materials. How quantities? Letter C, duly accomplished detailed estimates form, including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used coming up with the bid. Letter D, cash flow by quarter. Notes on the personal and equipment requirements of the project as per DEO number 9 series of 2020. Technical requirements for civil works projects for public bidding. If a proposed key technical personnel is an employee of the bidder and working on another project at the same time of the bidding, the bidder shall submit a certificate that the personnel will be pulled out from the ongoing project once the bidder is awarded the contract. And number 2, he or she will be replaced with another person with equal or better qualifications as certified by the head of the implementing office. The bidder may propose a key technical personnel who is not its employee, provided that the said personnel is required to submit a certification that he or she will work for the bidder if it is awarded the contract under bidding. These certifications shall be included in the first envelope of the CDP. Also to be verified during post-qualification is the list of equipment pledged by the bidder. The bidder should specify in the submitted bid the location of equipment, or they can be inspected. If any equipment is not in the specified location, then the bidder shall be post disqualified. Note, under paragraph 10 of the invitation to bid states that only authorized liaison officer duly registered in the civil works application of the DPWH central office with the presentation with his her ID shall allow to transact, purchase, and drop bids for manual submission. Bill of quantities, signature box. A signature box shall be added at the bottom of each page of the bill of quantities, where the authorized representative of the bidder shall affix his signature. Failure of the authorized representative to sign each and every page of the bill of the quantities shall be a cause for rejection of this bill. The bidder shall submit a bid security declaration or any form of bid security. Among bid security percent of ABC. For letter A, cash or T-shirts, manager's check issued by a bank is 2%. For bank, draft, warrant, guarantee, or revocable letter of credit issued by bank, 5%. Letter C, surety bond tollable abandonment issued by security or insurance company duly certified by the insurance commission as authorized to issue such security identification with security declaration, no percentage required. Bid security shall be valid for 120 calendar days from the date of opening of bids. Sealing and marking of bids. Bidders shall enclose their technical documents described in ITB Clause 12 in one sealed envelope marked technical component, and the financial component in another sealed envelope marked financial component, sealing them all in outer envelope marked bid. The bid as indicated in the bidding documents shall be typed or written in ink and shall be signed by the bidder or its duly authorized representative. All envelopes shall contain the name of contract to be bid in capital letters. Here, the name and address of the bidder in capital letters. Be addressed to the viewing entities back in accordance with ITB Clause 1.1. Here, the specific identification of this bidding process indicated in the ITB Clause 1.1. Letter E. Here, a warning: do not open before the date and time for the opening of bids in accordance with ITB Clause 19. For manually submitted bid envelopes that are not properly sealed and marked as required in the bidding documents, the same shall be accepted by that the bidder is or its duly authorized representative shall acknowledge such condition on the bid as submitted. Number 2. On the other hand, unsealed or unmarked bid envelopes or bids that cannot be opened or corrupted in case of online submission shall be rejected. The box shall assume no responsibility for misplaced or lost contents of the improperly sealed or marked bid, or for its premature opening. Deadline for submission of bids. The deadline for the submission of bids is on March 24, 2026, 10 a.m. Opening and preliminary examination of bids. The box shall open the bids in public using a non-discretionary pass-fail criterion at the time, on the date, and at the place specified in paragraph 9 of the invitation to bid. The preliminary examination of bids shall be governed by Section 59 of the IRR of RA number 12009. Detailed evaluation and comparison of bids. The box shall immediately conduct a detailed evaluation of all bids written pass using non-discretionary pass-fail criteria. The box will consider the conditions in the evaluation of bids under Section 61 of the IRR of RA number 12009 to determine the most calculated bid, such as completeness of the bids. Unless the instruction to bidders specifically allow partial bids not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents, including, where applicable, bid quantities shall be considered not responsive and thus automatically disqualified. However, when no price or zero or a dust is indicated in a required item in the bid form, the same shall be construed that it's being offered for free to the government, except those required by law or regulations to be provided for. Arithmetical corrections. The box shall consider computational error and omissions to enable proper comparison of all individual bids. It may also consider bid modifications that expressly allowed in the bidding documents. Any adjustments shall be calculated in monetary terms to determine the calculated prices. Section 61.2.3 of RA 12009, in case of discrepancies between bid prices and figures and informs later shall prevail. The total price per item and unit price per item as extended or multiplied by the quantity of that item. The latter shall be paid. Number 3. Stated total price and actual sum of prices of component items, the latter shall be paid. Or unit cost is the detailed estimated unit cost of the bill of quantities, the latter shall be paid. By amount in price schedule and in bidding form, the latter shall be paid. Post qualification. The post qualifications will verify, validate, and ascertain all statements and documents, licenses, certificates submitted by the LCD. The criteria shall consider that shall not be limited to the following. Letter A. Land requirements to verify, validate, and ascertain licenses, certificates, permits, and agreements submitted by the bidder, and the fact that it is not included in any practice as provided in section 25.3 of the IRR. Letter B. Technical requirements to determine compliance of the infrastructure projects offered with the requirements specified in the bidding documents, including where applicable. Verification and validation of the bidder's stated competence and experience, and the competence and experience of the bidder's key personnel to be assigned to the project for the procurement of infrastructure projects. Verification of availability and commitment, and or inspection and testing for the required capacities and operating conditions of equipment needs to be owned, leased, and purchased by the bidder for use in the contract under bidding, as well as checking the performance of the bidder in its ongoing government and private contracts. If any of these ongoing contracts shows, letter A, negative slip rates of at least 50% in any one project, or a negative slip rates of at least 10% in its 2 or more contracts. Letter B. Failure of the contractor to commence repair works and ongoing contracts within 7 calendar days and to complete them within 30 calendar days after receipt of the procurement entity's notice of defects and deficiencies. Failure of the contractor to commence repair works and contracts with pending certificates of acceptance within 30 calendar days and complete them within 90 days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and failures. Substandard quality of work as per contract plans and specifications, or unsatisfactory performance of the contractor's obligations as per contractors and conditions at the time of inspections. Financial requirements to verify, validate, and ascertain the bid price proposal of the bidder and the bidder's NFCC to ensure that the bidder can sustain the operating cash flow of the transaction. Section 63.2. The bidder within a non-extendable period of 5 calendar days from receipt of notice from the bank that it submitted the LCP shall submit all the liquidity documents supporting expenditures, certificate of registration, its latest income and business tax filed for the preceding quarter, which should not be earlier than 2 quarters from the date of submission and receipt of the bid, and other appropriate licenses in permits required by law as stated in the BDS. Failure to submit any of the post-qualification requirements on time or a finding against the veracity thereof shall disqualify the bidder for award, provided that in the event that a finding against the veracity of any of the documents submitted is made, which shall cause the forfeiture of the bid security. Signing of the contract. The documents required in section 66.5 of the IRR of RA number 12009 shall form part of the contract. Additional contract documents are indicated in the BDS.
Okay. there any questions or clarifications regarding our PPT press? If there is none, our PPT conference for they will be ended at 11:09 a.m. this morning. Thank you and good morning everyone.